there was a mention of God executing justice against the Egyptian gods. And it reiterates that here in verse 4. The Lord executed judgments even against their gods, speaking of the Egyptians. And what that's telling us is that God and these Hebrews believe that the Egyptian gods were real gods, like they actually existed. There's not one God. There's one good God, one true God, the more powerful God. But then there's a bunch of other like lesser gods, right? That's what the book is telling us. So when people are like, it's monotheistic, Judaism is not monotheistic. Christianity somehow changes this. And that might be what you guys would call progressive revelation, which is weird. A good question to me would be, why would God lie to these people? Why would he pretend, play act, that he's executing judgment on other gods? Why would that end up in the book, right? Why would that be the understanding of these people? Why wouldn't he be like, yeah, no, there's only one God. I'm the only God. All the other powers are demonic. There is a Satan and there are demons. We haven't gotten any of that. What's the point? What's the value of these people not knowing what's really going on, which is what Paul's going to tell everyone later or whoever, right? I don't know if there's a good answer for that. Progressive revelation is a convenient thing when you're, cobbling together a new cult based on an old cult that already exists. So to call it progressive revelation is very, very convenient, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? Especially when God is unchanging. For him to be like, I said this before, but now I'm going to, make sure you guys know this. It's like, yeah, that thing didn't change. Why tell us differently? Well, because they couldn't get it, maybe? That can't be true. They couldn't understand this. There's so much that you guys are getting from the Old Testament and from what these people say and the writings of this part of the book and making all sorts of grand theology from it and going, this is what was really going on. And then at the same time, it's like, but they wouldn't have gotten the very simple concept that there's only one God and everyone else is lying. Like, what? What would the point of that be? It's just a contradiction, guys.